Hi lovelies, Tori here with a Scrap Your Scraps video. This one is called Love Your Layering, and this is going to be a super quick, easy Scrap Your Scraps video, but I hope you guys will enjoy it. I had a lot of fun making it, and I'm really happy with the way that the page worked out, and I got to use a ton of my scraps, which is always a goal for me when I'm making these Scrap Your Scraps videos. So I realized that the last few weeks, all of my Scrap Your Scraps videos have been using punches, and I know that not everybody has punches. So I wanted to do some Scrap Your Scraps videos where it doesn't matter what you have, but you could sort of participate. So I am using a paper trimmer for this one, but you wouldn't have to use that if you didn't have one. You could just grab some scissors and some scrap paper or magazines or I don't know, any kind of paper that has designs on it. I feel like could work really well for this page. And I am just cutting a bunch of squares and rectangles out of that paper, as you can see. And I cut out a ton. And I sort of went with colors that I thought would work well together. So mint, pink, and yellow, which are like my favorite colors right now. And I also grabbed a bunch of black and white pieces too because I thought that they would add some nice contrast to the page. And the inspiration for this page is sort of funny, but I was on Pinterest just browsing, doing nothing, and I saw a pin of a bunch of receipts taped to the wall. So like bill receipts, and they were just taped to the wall, all layering on top of each other, and I just thought it looked so pretty. I don't know what it was. I thought that would look so cool if it was a scrapbook page with pattern paper. So I decided to like make my own version of that receipt paper. And if I can find the pin again, I'll leave a link for you guys below, okay? So what I am doing is I'm just taking all of those squares and rectangles arbitrarily, like without any rhythm or pattern, and I am just putting a little adhesive or hot glue on the top of them and then sticking them down and layering them all on top of each other, sort of like those receipts all taped on top of each other on the wall. And I love the way that they work out. I think it's just so colorful and bright and pretty, and I love all the pattern papers on top of each other. And honestly, guys, this was so easy to make and so fun actually, because you're basically just layering up pretty papers, that this would definitely be something that I will do again for sure. So use your scraps, use magazine paper, wrapping paper, use a 6x6 paper pad or 12x12 paper that you like. Just cut a bunch of random shapes. Well, they're all squares or rectangles, but cut up a bunch of different sizes and just layer them on top of each other. And honestly, there was no rhyme or rhythm here. Basically, I just layered them all on top of each other, just making sure that none of the corners matched up perfectly with the other ones. And I left a little bit of a border around the edges, and I feel like that worked really well. So honestly, this page was a quick one to make, but I still wanted to share it with you guys because I love the way it worked out, and I feel like this is something that anybody could do. I know that I have a bunch of scrapbookers who are watching my videos who don't have a ton of supplies or who are new to scrapbooking, and I feel like this would be the perfect project for you because you don't really need a lot. You just need scissors or a trimmer and some adhesive and some paper. And I'm just using scraps, so it doesn't have to be like anything specific either. So once I have all of those layered up there, then I'm going to add my photo and my embellishment / title. And honestly, I ended up keeping this page really simple just because the background was really busy and I wanted all those beautiful papers to be highlighted and to still be able to see them all without like taking away from it for like embellishments. So I would say if you have a really busy background, you may want to keep your embellishments simpler. Like you'll see me do here, I basically just add a title. And that's it. So I'm just adding a couple more pieces where I feel like it may be needed. And I ended up getting to use a ton of my scraps, which was sort of perfect because when I make these Scrap Your Scraps videos, I want to use a bunch of my scraps. So I know that a bunch of you have been asking how I store my scraps. So I store them in two ways. I have this metal cookie tray, or cookie tin, which you can see to the left of my hand there. It's red. And I store all my small pieces in there. And then anything bigger than 6 by 6 or 12 by 6 gets stored in like a mesh bag, which I just leave on top of this tray. And I don't have any more scraps than that. And I mix them all together because I like seeing the different patterns and coming up with new ideas. So I have one photo here, which is actually just a screenshot of this email message that I received from a really lovely person, Paige R, and she sent me this really kind comment about how my videos were inspiring her and how she hadn't done Project Life in a long time, but then my video like really inspired her to do it again, and it just meant a lot to me, so I ended up screenshotting it, and I wanted to save it, so I printed it out on photo paper, backed it on some red cardstock, and stuck that on my page. And now I'm going to add my title / embellishment and keep it simple. I use these foam thickers from American Crafts. They're silver on pink foam. And I replaced the dot on this with a heart and added a silver arrow. And that's it. The page is done. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can check it out. This was a really quick and fun Scrap Your Scraps video. I hope it inspired you. I hope you'll play along and use the hashtag #ScrapYourScraps if you want to show me your project. Or tag me on Instagram at vbissel. I left a link for you below. Thanks everyone for joining me. Make sure you check back next Sunday for another Scrap Your Scraps video. And if you want to go check out any of my other ones, I'll leave a link for the playlist below. Have a lovely day. Bye!